Chevy Chasers! I'm Ben, and you're not.
And I'm Jess, and you're not.
How you doing today, Jess?
Ben, I couldn't be better. I've been having a lovely day. I had nachos for dinner, like
You had nachos?
like a bachelor might.
You had nachos for dinner.
I had a plate of nachos.
I would love to talk about that, but we don't try to fill our time talking about food. We're pretty strictly about Chevy and Chevy related things, and also what we did over the weekend. But I will ask, since you had dinner nachos, did you have a protein on there?
I had a little bit of pork carnitas. Was pretty good, Ben.
Are we talking some kind of liquid cheese on here? Or are we melted?
We're melting a blend. We're melting a blend.
Okay. Is this where did where do you get this at?
These were homemade. This was a homemade. Well, I didn't like roll out the tortillas and fry them, but they were from a bag. But yeah, I mean, this was serious homemade.
The carnitas is just what made me think that you purchased it. Like I hear carnitas and I'm like,
yeah,
carnita.
But no, I mean, it was delicious. How are you today, Ben?
I'm good. I'm good.
Are you in the Christmas spirit? I think is the big question.
Well, here, let me adjust the camera here so you can see. Of course, I have my Christmas lights going now in my beautiful home.
Beautiful.
Of course, I have the ridiculous color changer ones. So I have the like the Govee ones, the budget color changer ones, and the app for it is kind of insane. There's like license. There's a like Zootopia color.
Oh,
like you can pick. There are like color themes for the strain.
Finally, Judy Hopps lights.
And and I'm going through all the different themes and stuff that they have for it, and they don't have like just Christmas lights or like holiday lights or whatever. That's
they do
not
have
an
Zootopia.
Option. They have like all this other shit. And I'm like, I just want like kind of your classic set of Christmas light colors.
Red, green.
And they have instead on there, they have this thing where it has like this TikTok-esque like feed of footage of other people's lights, often on trees.
Finally, a social platform for sharing your photos of your lights.
Right. Yeah. And it's like, do you want the light setup from this Christmas tree?
Wow.
And so I went through and I found like a couple different ones that are like Christmas lights colors. And so the ones that you see behind me are Christmas lights colors, and because I had to get stupid with it, I made it so they kind of chase, but very slowly, so it's not too kind of the LED. Like I want it, I didn't want it to look smooth, because when you see like the color changers on the Christmas tree, they look too smooth.
You don't want to look like Kit's like little digital readout on Knight Rider. You don't want to like swooshing back and forth.
That's right. And this could do this. This does have the thing where like you play music and the microphone, which also probably like records my like conversations and everything else.
That's important to deliver the kind of service you need.
Yeah. The microphone like will start like syncing it up like to music and stuff like that. That's kind of fun. It makes my home look insane.
Yeah.
So I'm living in essentially what looks like a game show set, which, if you know anything about me, is exactly what I've always wanted.
That's dead on. That's perfect. Yeah. Where else would you want to be?
I mean, one of my favorite Seinfeld plots when Kramer builds the set for that talk show. I forget which one.
Merv Griffin, I
The
think.
Merv Griffin show
Yeah.
in his apartment. Truly one of like that is so obviously a post Larry David plot on
Yes.
Seinfeld because it's just completely unhinged. Like
Yeah.
it is
Divorced
like,
from reality
yeah,
in
like
any
there's
form. Yeah.
no gravity anymore.
Yeah.
Like but you know, every day is bringing us closer to Christmas, and you know, and every week and every weekend. So my question for you is, let's have a weekend update.
Wow.
Jess, what did you do this weekend?
This weekend was a little weird. I had some lovely holiday plans. My family and a couple of friends every year, we go off a week or two before Christmas and spend the weekend at one of the state parks nearby. They have a lovely resort there. We rent a cabin at the resort. We cook meals there and play holiday games and listen to holiday music. And the resort has like a lovely outdoor heated pool that you can like swim in on a snowy day, so you get like the fun of
Never
like
had that experience.
Yeah, it's really lovely like to swim in the snow. But we had a winter storm watch that hit this weekend that was supposed to dump 8 inches of snow on the ground and temperatures with wind chill down near zero.
Yeah.
So we ended up canceling those plans and postponing them a couple of weeks. So it became,
did the snow come?
We got a little, like we got like maybe 2 inches. We got the cold. We got the bitter cold, but it was a bad choice. We should have gone. I hate changing plans based on weather forecasts, but we did it. But what's more important is we got a weekend hold up at home, and I watched Wake Up Dead Man, the new.
I haven't watched that yet.
Ryan Johnson, Benoit Blanc mystery from the Knives Out series.
Yeah, no, that's on the list. I got to watch that.
Ben, if you enjoyed the first two, I think you're going to enjoy this one.
Where do you rank it in comparison to the first two?
And this is probably recency bias. It may be my favorite, personally.
Your favorite? Where did you put Glass Onion, the second one?
I think I liked Knives Out a little better than Glass Onion. Yeah. That's I like Wake Up Dead Man. I mean, I love all three of them. They're fabulous movies, so charming. I mean, Daniel Craig's amazing. Every one of the movies assembles a marvelous supporting cast. But I think if you've enjoyed the first two, Wake Up Dead Man might be right up your alley.
I think because I didn't get I didn't like Glass Onion as much. I enjoyed myself. I loved the first movie.
Yeah.
And I think, like, what I wonder, and I feel bad with Wake Up Dead Man, is that like I saw Knives Out in the movie theaters in 2019, and like it's funny and it's harrowing, and it was like a sold out like crowd, and that really kind of enhanced the experience, like everybody laughing at all the funny jokes and and then Glass Onion, which I think was even a little broader, like a little sillier if I recall correctly. Like I watched that like alone in my apartment.
Very different experience.
And so while I do think like there are like some flaws with Glass Onion, I do wonder if like I would have had a much better time if I saw it in a crowd. And I know that they played this Wake Up Dead Man for like a week.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was briefly in theaters as well.
I really hate how Netflix does that.
Yeah. What I remember most about Knives Out, which I saw on Netflix, I didn't catch it in the theater, but I hadn't read anything about it really. And I spent the entire movie wondering if Benoit Blanc, Daniel
Oh,
Craig's
what if he was the bad
detective,
guy?
not if he was the bad guy, but rather if he was just like going to try out to be a buffoon. Like if
Oh, I see.
and maybe like the Foghorn Leghorn voice was part of that, which I feel like he's dialed that in a little better in the
Mm,
subsequent movies. But I had the whole movie thinking, it's like, what if this guy is just an idiot? What if he's, because he
yeah.
kind of does the Columbo thing of maybe playing the fool at certain parts of all three movies. But yeah, and that was, I think I was expecting a weird twist that wasn't there. But no, Wake Up Dead Man is really good stuff. It's a perfect for when you're stranded inside for a weekend, when you should be enjoying a lovely Christmas cabin.
Yeah.
What did you get up to this weekend?
Hold on. Actually, how about this?
Weekend update.
So this past weekend here in Chicago, we had single digits with like a below zero wind chill, like a -20 wind chill. So it was nasty. It was also staying in and watching stuff weather.
Hmm.
So I also sat down and watched a buzzy new thing
Oh,
and really enjoyed myself. I watched all 7 as of this recording episodes of Pluribus. Um
yes.
have you been watching this, Jess?
This is very much on the schedule soon. My wife and I have been discussing. We need to
Dude,
resubscribe to Apple TV
it is
first. Yeah.
it is it is so good. I like and I knew so Pluribus is the Apple TV series. And you might as well at this point just wait like another week because the series the first season's going to be done next week. So
Hmm. That's kind of what we were waiting for, so you
yeah,
could
yeah.
binge it and then cancel immediately. I don't want to get
Yeah,
caught up in
exactly.
another subscription.
And Pluribus is the latest show from Vince Gilligan, who did
Gilligan's Island.
yeah, he did Gilligan's Island and the Gilligan's Island movies and Scooby Doo meets Gilligan's Island.
Hmm.
But no, he did Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, and more importantly, he was one of the best writers on the X Files in the 90s. Now, not more important, like, but more importantly for this, because this is now his return to like a sci-fi premise.
Hmm.
And it is starring Ray Seahorn, who was essentially the second lead in Better Call Saul, and like she was. Did you watch Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul? Did you ever get into this?
You know, I've watched almost no Breaking Bad. I've watched a handful of episodes of Better Call Saul as my wife was watching through it very recently. So weirdly, I have slightly more familiarity with Better Call Saul.
Listen, you could watch it completely separate.
Yeah.
I think it's enhanced
Hmm.
by watching Breaking Bad, especially like kind of in the latter parts of the series where it starts to bring the two shows together.
Yeah.
But she's the second lead in Better Call Saul, and she is spectacular. Like she's a
Yes.
really, really good actor. And so when it's like Vince Gilligan is getting back to sci-fi and he's shooting a show starring Ray Seahorn, also in Albuquerque. I was just like, I am so in, and I just kind of kept putting it off, and then I'm stuck inside. It's fucking cold, and I was like, just what it was the classic, just one episode, and then I watched all 7, and it is just that guy's got it. He knows how to spin a yarn, and he knows like, and I've seen some people online a little frustrated with the show. The most satisfying part of Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul to me, and also the most satisfying part of Pluribus to me, is kind of how slow and methodical
Hmm.
his storytelling style is. And a lot of Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul and Pluribus like is like you just see like people work and put things together and slowly like try to figure out what they're doing. And so like I'm just spellbound. There's in the most recent episode, and this isn't a spoiler, you just like I was just hooked watching someone drive a car for a while. Like it
There you
was
go.
just I'm just watching it. I'm like, oh my god, like
Yeah.
drive that car, and
Do it, Pluribus.
yeah, and yeah, Ray Seaworn stars as Pluribus, and
Drive that car,
no,
Pluribus.
wait, no, sorry, as Plurwunbus. Uh, but yeah, I can't recommend it enough. It is
The Pluribus.
just it is really good, and next week the ninth and final episode of the season is going to air, and I'm not looking forward to that because I know that it's gonna drop something brutal. Like I just, it's
Knowing what I know
gonna,
about the premise, it feels like a show that the first season would end with a brutal drop. Yeah.
like it's gonna end, and like it's gonna end with a, oh my god, what are they going, like some sort of major revelation, and it's gonna be like, oh my god, what is Pluribus gonna do? What is Plurwunbus? What's she gonna
What's she
get
gonna
out
do
of this
next?
scrap?
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, no, it's gonna be that's Pluribus for you.
Yeah, she's and that's the thing, is that she's always pluribusing around. That's
In her
the
Pluribus, which she drives, yeah.
yeah, that is what she drives in that one episode. It's good. Like one of the great things, and this was, true in X-Files, and it was, true in Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, is that he mixes like kind of scary stuff with like moments of really funny humor.
Yeah.
Like the first episode has some really, really spooky, like unsettling parts. And then like it ends with this sequence that is very funny. And yeah, I love it. I'm on Team Plurwunbus.
You're on the Pluribus bus.
I'm on the Pluribus.
Checks out. Well, I suspect by our next episode, I will have some thoughts of my own because I have a feeling this is probably a good chance could be my upcoming weekend.
So, with the weekend update done, before we get to today's movie, and I realized that I didn't spell out the premise. Of course, like assuming we've been doing Chevy chasers for a while now, but I'll once again spell out the premise. This is, of course, the complete Chevy Chase oeuvre podcast, as you know. But if this is your first episode, welcome in,
because this is a big one. I mean, this is a film that a lot of people adore.
Like we are watching everything of Chevy Chases. We're watching all the movies. We're watching Community. We're watching the Chevy Chase show. We're watching it all, baby.
Watching SNL sketches.
Oh yeah. But before we get to today's feature presentation, we have dispatch from our soup correspondent, Sarah Shockey.
Hi there. Come on into my kitchen. Yeah, I'm cooking up another one. I'm Sarah Shockey, the soup correspondent. Recently, I had a delicious soup, and hope it's not cheating that I made it myself. Started with a base of soup, bone broth, chicken. But you can get beef if you like. Then a healthy array of carrots, some celery, peas, and sauerkraut. Very important you don't skimp on the sauerkraut. Little potatoes rounded out with some secret seasonings and sauce. After about 6 to 8 hours on low, this soup was ready for days of winter snows and Wisconsin cozy. I'd give it a zoop out of zoop. Now back to the show.
Thank you very much, soup correspondent Sarah.
And you can check out that recipe on ChevyChasers.com. Just pop over there and just click on the Sarah's Soups section. And
the SSS?
Yes, that's right. And you'll find everything you're looking for.
Yeah, thank you so much. I mean, last week, Sarah was trying out the soups of Mauritania. So, like, it's it's perfectly fine. That soup does sound, wonderful. I have seen, Jess, have you seen that Zoop, broth is that in your stores or is that just
Yes.
in, oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I mean we don't have Zoop around here, but we definitely have the in-store Zoop varieties.
Yeah, the Zoop seems to be expanding its footprint.
Yeah, even as its location shut down in large numbers, Zoop seems bigger than ever. Zoopa.
All right. Well, now it's time.
It's that time.
Wait, well, hold on.
It's that time. Christmas time is here.
Who is
Time for
that?
Christmas time all day. It's Christmas time. That is Mavis Staples, I believe.
Wow. That's right. That's right.
Gospel legend.
That's
Mavis
right.
Staples.
That's right. So yes, we are talking about National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, starring Cornelius Chevy Chase.
Yes.
Jess, you're going to be taking us through this, but before we go through the movie, let's talk about our history with it before we get, because I think this is a movie that people have histories with. So what's your history with it?
My history with this movie, I mean, more so than any other Chevy Chase movie that we've talked about up to this point, or show, or anything else, this is definitely the piece of work from Chevy Chase that I have seen more times than any other. My family went to see this in theaters when it came out in 1989. Let me tell you, my parents did not go to movies. Like, going to a movie was like a once every 5 or 6 year kind of thing. So the fact that they went to theaters to see Christmas Vacation should tell you, like all boomers, just how much they loved Chevy Chase. So saw it in theaters, and I'm pretty sure there is a good chance I have watched it with my parents every Christmas since 1989. So that is a lot of
as
viewings.
many years as my brother has been alive.
Yes.
Like my younger brother.
And then a few like showings in between, like occasionally just like, oh, it's on cable, I'll just watch it prior to the official Christmas Eve viewing. So I've seen this one literally dozens of times.
Yeah, you know this chapter and verse.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those movies I can just about close my eyes and just play through in my head.
Yeah.
But Ben, how about you? I assume you haven't seen this upwards of 30 times.
I have seen this movie twice.
Oh man.
And once of them was for this podcast.
Okay.
I have seen this movie 2 times, and I was an adult. And my feeling about this is that kind of similar to, like, I think there are a couple movies that are really totemic for people.
Okay.
Like that they watch like every year, or they're like a comfort movie or something like that. And this is definitely a comfort movie. This is a nice warm blanket of a movie. But I think that you have to kind of get it in like kind of a window where you're open to it.
Yes.
And that could either be that, like, your parents, where it's just like, we are on board with whatever, like, the new Chevy Chase. Were you were the other vacation movies big in your household?
They were. That was something that, I mean, we definitely, anytime that we saw one of those on cable, we were watching Vacation and European Vacation. So we were very much primed for this one. And, you mentioned that.
And this is the only one that I've seen. I've only seen, and
really,
it's
you haven't
for this podcast that we're not covering them in order. But yes, the first, well, because it's Christmas, we had to cover it. But also, there's not dense lore here.
Well, you say that. You say that as someone who's never seen.
When we finally finish Vegas Vacation, I'll be like, you know what?
Yeah.
I was
Ben,
wrong.
I think you're in for a pleasant surprise with Vegas Vacation. It's going to be a bad movie that's better than you expect. But I'm wondering, you mentioned like
Have
totemic
you
films that
seen
require a
Christmas
certain window.
Vacation 2? I'm looking at the Wikipedia right now.
Oh, is that like Eddie's Hawaiian Vacation or something?
Yes.
No, I didn't watch that. Chevy Chase isn't in it.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, no way. Sorry. I'll watch that Old Navy ad that has Chevy Chase and Beverly D'Angelo reprising their roles. I'll watch that on a loop, but I'm not going to watch Christmas Vacation too.
Anyway, you were saying.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Your other totemic movie that you weren't by chance talking about, like one for me that I didn't watch as a kid that I totally can't appreciate now. I didn't see A Christmas Story until I was an adult.
That's interesting. I did see Christmas Story was definitely, because that would be like on a 24-hour like repeat on TNT,
Yes.
I think. Are there successful Christmas sequels?
Successful Christmas sequels. Man, that
is.
is.
And we pose this to the crowd. You, of course, can send us an email and I've been emailing, like I've been contacting Google. If you could let me know a way for Google. There was some sort of weird typo with the email address, but this week it's still questpodcast@gmail.com.
I mean, the thing is, if you just look at your keyboard and you move your fingers one letter to the right.
That's right.
I mean, it's basically Chevy Chasers just transposes to Quest.
Yeah.
You know
if you just move, it's literally just that my fingers were just one key to the right for every single letter. And that just happened.
Yeah.
But anyway,
and I've tried looking up how to get that changed, and Google just gives me an AI summary that says it's fine.
Yeah.
And not to contact them. Yeah.
Stop contacting us, Jess.
Yeah.
It's that time. Christmas time is here.
There it is. It is here. It's National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation from 1989, directed by Jeremiah Chekik.
You know who was supposed to direct this, right? You know the story?
Yes.
Yeah.
Chris Columbus, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he and apparently Chris Columbus has a reputation for being like an absurdly nice man.
Yes. And you can pick that up from a lot of his films almost. They're very heartwarming and charming.
Yeah. And so you want to tell the story, or should I?
I mean, I kind of have the loose version of it, which is a story that I suspect defines a lot of Chevy Chase's career, which is he was brought on because John Hughes, while he writes the script for this one, wasn't interested in returning as director.
Yeah.
It's based on his earlier story, Christmas 59, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So Chris Columbus was picked here. But after a meeting with Chevy Chase, they had certain personal and creative differences that led him to abandon the project. Ben, do you know more of the specific context?
There's a story he gave an interview a couple years ago, and he talked about it. And this is just one of those things where it's just funny, where it's like there's probably stories like this all the time in Hollywood, but Chevy Chase is such a acknowledged asshole that you could just say this. Like you could just like tell this story about Chevy Chase being a prick, and like there won't be any, like people won't be like, you shouldn't have done that. What it was that like apparently he Christopher Columbus flew out to Chicago, where I am right now, and to do like some early like prep work, and met up with Chevy Chase, who, and this is from memory, you can look this up, but it was like he spoke to Chevy Chase for a while, and Chevy Chase just stared past him and didn't say a word. And then at the very end, he was like, "Did you hear anything I said?" And Chevy Chase said something like, "And why are you here?" And he goes, "I'm directing this film." And Chevy Chase said, "Like, I thought you were an electrician." And
good God, even by Chevy Chase standards.
And I might be getting some details of this a little mixed up, but essentially what happens is that Christopher Columbus goes back to John Hughes and says, and to be clear, Columbus was like needed to make a movie. Like apparently like his career was not going well at this moment. And so this was like a big opportunity for him. And he went back to John Hughes and said, I'm not going to work with Chevy Chase. And John Hughes, God bless him, didn't say like, well, fuck you. I did you. Like, I like, you know, gave you a favor of this surefire movie. But instead said, okay, here's this other script. It's called Home Alone. And
which turned out to be pretty successful. I mean, we get our little animated opening with the Mavis Staples song.
pretty
It's
good
fun.
animation.
It is. It looks like some money was spent on this,
Yeah.
but very quickly we join the Griswold family. That's Chevy Chase as Clark. That's going to be Beverly D'Angelo as his wife Ellen, and we have two new kids. This time, future stars Juliette Lewis and Johnny Galecki are here as Russ and Audrey, irrespectively. But yeah, they are off on a drive in the old 4-wheel drive sleigh. They are cruising down the road, singing along to some Christmas carols. I think this is a good example of a theme we've hit on before, which is Chevy Chase will take any opportunity to sing in an exaggerated, silly voice that he can in one of his films. We get some Come All Ye Faithful and some other stuff.
Yeah.
But then as they're driving along on their way to go get a Christmas tree, a couple of rednecks in a truck begin to tailgate them.
They all of a sudden become the movie takes a brief detour into becoming Steven Spielberg's Duel. And like this fight with this like, you know, smoke belching disgusting truck.
Yes.
Like and
which Clark escalates like probably unnecessarily. I mean, as they eventually pull out to pass him, he flips them off. He then, you know, I mean, he is the engine of his own misfortune.
Right.
I feel like, and I mean, that's the case throughout this film. I mean, Clark escalates this weird road rage incident with a couple of rednecks, and as you said, a disgusting looking truck. He's having fun. Which, I mean, again, that's probably a little bit of a problem. So as they're playing like a road rage game of like passing and trying to deal with these people, they find themselves in an unlikely predicament that I remember seeing like a making of featurette that like aired on Entertainment Tonight in the lead up to the release of this film. This big stunt. We have a car stunt here in this Christmas Vacation. Ben, where do they find themselves?
They getting away, like the truck starts trying to veer them off the road, and so they so he swerves back onto like to the left and directly underneath a log truck. So then this happens.
We're all right. Thank God we're all right.
Clark, we're stuck under a truck.
Do you honestly think I don't know that?
Come on, you guys, don't fight.
Ah, for Christ's sake, I didn't do this on purpose.
Do you honestly think I don't know that is a pretty good line read there. As Ellen points out, she doesn't want to spend the holidays dead at this point. But yeah, it's a precarious
Poor
spot.
Ellen.
Oh man, yeah, no, and poor Beverly D'Angelo, who apparently is the only co-star Chevy Chase has ever had that has had nothing but good things to say about him. So
I mean, and she like, you know, she shows up on the Chevy Chase show. Like she's always like, for some reason, they are not enemies.
Yeah. No, it's strange, but it's simply the case. But yeah, Clark is pulled under this. Eventually, he decides to swerve out from under it. He hits a big snowbank, and they come crashing into a Christmas tree lot.
So there's something I'm kind of wondering about this. And when I was watching them drive, and then like they crash into this Christmas tree lot, and then like they don't go and get a tree in the lot. They just wander out into the woods and just cut down a tree, which is admittedly pretty funny.
Yeah. They
But
needed somewhere to park. So they parked
yeah.
at a tree farm that happened to be there, then hiked out
Yeah.
into the wilderness to get their own tree. Have you ever gotten your own Christmas tree like that, Ben? Have you ever gone out
No.
tromping with a saw?
No.
It's an adventure every time.
What I wanted to ask though is that so this movie is so intensely set in the Chicago's northern suburbs, and very occasionally in downtown Chicago, and everybody is wearing like Bears hats or like
Blackhawks jerseys.
Yeah, like there's just constant Chicago sports stuff, like just
John Hughes.
constantly.
Yeah.
And but I'm trying to figure out where is this? Like, is there like this like mountainous tundra with pine trees like north now? And I could be wrong. I haven't done a ton of driving far. Like, how far north are they?
It's a great question.
Where, like, are they up in Wisconsin? They're certainly not in Illinois anymore. Like,
yeah.
And
if so, you need to establish that. As a filmmaker, you need to establish that.
They have to say, well, we passed Milwaukee 2 hours ago.
Yeah. Here in Wisconsin, Russ, put down your cheese. It's time to go chop down a Christmas tree.
And they have to go like, we passed the Brat stop like 20 minutes ago. We're definitely in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
But
look at all these people in Packers cheesehead hats.
Yeah.
No.
Like some guy comes up to him and calls them a bunch of FIBs. Fucking Illinois bastards.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you guys face so much prejudice.
Yeah, you know, it's hard. Yeah, they like this is north of Sheboygan, apparently. I have
Sheboygan.
Sheboygan. But anyway, that was like I'm just sitting there cross-armed. I'm like, where is this supposed to be?
I'm confused. The eye lines are all off. Where's the camera?
So, have you ever cut a tree out in the woods?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Me and my dad used to do this every year. We'd just go tromping off. We lived in a rural area, so we just go tromping off into the wilderness, find a tree that presumably belonged to somebody because it was on their land, not our own. And we just cut it down and take it back to our house, making it our own.
And if they drive
castle doctrine.
If they drive all the way to Sheboygan, all the way, and then they drive back with this enormous tree
that they've had to uproot. Like they come upon this tree. Of course, Audrey can't see it because her eyes are frozen shut. But they have this enormous tree. It's like several stories tall. They realize they haven't brought a saw along. And they end up basically having to dig it up by its root ball. I mean, do you think? Here's the question, Ben. I've always wondered this.
The soil is definitely frozen. What's up?
They don't have shovels and stuff.
They don't have shovels.
Did they hook the car up to this?
Yeah, that's the only way.
And pull it out of the ground. Yeah.
And even then, they've got like a 80s station wagon.
Yeah. that on snow is probably not going to get a lot of traction. I mean, even with chains, that thing's probably not. I mean, right away, this film has
a little. I don't buy it.
Yeah, I mean, it's drifted in the realm of fantasy right away.
All right.
And Clark hasn't even suffered his first concussion of the film yet. He's got several coming. Yeah, I mean, the whole crashing in the tree farm, I mean, that is a callback to the original Vacation, as they have a crash in the desert. And so
wow, there is a dense lore.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell that John Hughes is back on this one. He really had nothing to do with the production of European Vacation. And as a result, European Vacation tonally is quite a bit different than the original Vacation. There are fewer callbacks. We get a few little callbacks in this one. Most notably, the return of Cousin Eddie.
Is this like... It seems to be kind of like a movie sequel pattern. Is you have the original big hit, and then you have the sequel that's maybe a little out of the, not kind of plays by different rules. And then like that doesn't, like, people are like, yuck. And then
Yeah.
you have the third movie where they're just like, all right, we'll just do the shit we know you like.
That's exactly
Which
right.
is
And I
like,
think there
you
is
know,
some
like
of that
Indiana
here.
Jones does that, Star Wars does that. Like, it's just
Yeah.
like, you know, it's just like, okay. Like, not to say that people didn't like Empire Strikes Back, obviously. But like
Wow.
you know, A New Hope and Return of the Jedi are kind of similar in some ways.
Well, they're like poetry.
But yeah. But like Indiana Jones is
Yeah.
probably a better example of like Temple of Doom.
Yeah,
People are
of
like,
course,
yeah.
correction. It's like we tried to take a big swing here. It wasn't as well received. Let's get back to what we're doing. And yeah, I mean, this is already we're starting to see bits of that.
Yeah.
But as we return home, we get our snowy wilderness tree. Audrey goes through her hypothermia. We get home and we meet a couple of characters who are, for my money, one of the best parts of this film.
There, you know, and this is, I think, this is part of also the like for some people, I think, where they might bounce on it, where like for me, Todd and Margot Chester, their yuppie neighbors with their CD player, they're
obnoxious.
like this was one of my notes when I was watching it. Like, also their home looks like the interior of a home as photographed in a Sears catalog. You know, like everything is very modern, but it's extremely sterile and nothing looks lived in.
Yes,
which is pretty funny.
Whereas the Griswold home is quite the opposite.
Right,
it's good set
all
dressing.
bric-a-brac. And
yeah,
but I think where some people like, and I remember the first time I was like, leave these nice people alone. They're just a pair of dinks that are living that lovely double income, no kid lifestyle. Let them live their life. Let them wear their shiny running, like tinfoil running outfits.
That's
Let
right.
them enjoy their obscenely expensive 1989 CD player that probably costs $600.
Their exotic foreign drinks like margaritas and things like that. I mean, I'm guessing you're a little too young to have properly hated yuppies, right?
Yeah, no, yuppie hatred was definitely on its way.
I didn't even know what a yuppie really was, but I knew that they were deplorable.
Yeah, yuppies were thoroughly like, by the time I'm in college, I don't know who we hated in the 90s. I'm sure we did hate someone.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta hate someone.
Yeah, I mean, that's what culture is.
But like by the time I was in college, it was like it was hipsters was who we hated. How we hated them. Take those skinny jeans off and replace them with much more spacious jeans.
That's right.
And I was constantly yelling.
I remember. Yeah, I remember you telling me about this. You said just a lot of altercations over the skinniness of people's jeans. But no, I mean, we've got a couple of yuppies here played by we have Nicholas Guest as Todd and the incomparable Julia Louis-Dreyfus as Margot. Just, I mean, she's fabulous in this. She is bringing all of the energy you want to see from her performance.
She's always good. She's always good. I will say that Nicholas Guest is he has some of, and we'll get to this later, of course. He has some of the great deliveries of this movie.
Yeah. But I mean,
did you know? I know that you're into adventure games, Jess. Did you know that he's in Freddy Farkas?
He is.
He's the voice of Sreeni.
Oh no!
Yeah. So actually, I take it back. I'm less excited about that.
Oh no! Oops.
Well,
that's why we don't talk about adventure games on this podcast.
Yeah,
it's
we
problematic.
only talk about the thoroughly unproblematic person, Cornelius Chevy Chase. All right.
Chevrolet Chase, yes. Yeah. And I mean, again, they're sort of positioned as asshole yuppies. We're supposed to hate them, but like right away.
His brother is Christopher Guest?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Is he in any? I don't think he's in any of his brother's movies. What a rude thing.
That is kind of rude.
It's kind of rude.
Maybe he just improvises his cast. So just makes it up on the spot. So
It's like Thanksgiving. It's like, well, you can't pick up the fucking phone.
I don't know.
And
I don't know.
pretty funny.
You should treat your guest like family, and especially when your guest is family. I mean, yeah, that's what we do at Olive Garden. Where I'm currently working a second job for the holidays to make a little extra cash.
That's where you got the carnitas.
That's right, classic Olive Garden carnitas Italiano. They're just carnitas with marinara, just dumped right on them. They're delicious. I mean, he gets the tree in the living room. It doesn't fit. He cuts the rope, and we get a good comedy bit. The branches are just blasting out the windows. It's as it expands from the ropes. It's far too big for any human home. As Chevy's trapped in the middle of the tree, we get the like very full, lots of sap in here kind of bit, which sets up the fun physical comedy scene with Clark and Ellen in bed together. Where Chevy gets to do a little bit of a business with sticky fingers. He's reading a magazine. The pages keep ripping out because he's still covered in so much sap.
Yeah. It's hard to get sap off your hands.
I think that's what that scene is getting at. I think that's like
it's hard to do that.
Yeah.
All right. So then what the next is we go into his office, right? Is that when we go?
Yeah, where Clark's at work.
Downtown Chicago. Looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Get to see the Christmas tree.
Yeah, we learned that Clark is expecting a Christmas bonus.
Well,
we learned
got
this
a clip.
You should be looking at a nice fat Christmas bonus this year, huh? Word is you're an excellent choice to be named Food Additive Designer of the Year. Not kidding.
What a thankless role this guy has. This is a recognizable character actor. I forget the name of
Sam McMurray. He's a fan.
Is that Fred's son?
I don't know. I mean, if you need a smug guy in your movie from the 80s and 90s, though, he is like
he's related to Fred.
Your number one smug actor to go with.
He's not even really that smug in that. Like he just is like there to kind of he's just there to set up like this bonus talk, like.
Yeah, so Clark doesn't just have to deliver that to camera. Yeah, and we find out here that Clark is planning to use his bonus check to put in a pool. That's going to be a big driving theme. We also meet his boss, played by the one and only. But so we find out he wants to put in the pool. We meet Mr. Shirley, his boss, who is sort of your standard mean boss who he's mean boss.
He's just kind of, he doesn't really have that much. Like Brian Doyle Murray like always seems a little wasted. Like he might be one of the most wasted character actors to me, because he's a very funny guy.
Yes.
And I just think he's constantly in kind of thankless roles, and this is again like a thankless role, and even like towards the end, like it's just like this guy's kind of a dick.
Yeah,
like, I don't know. There's not very much going on with him. This bonus plot, like I mean, I think this is one of the other kind of crazy things when you watch this movie is like it makes you feel like you're Frank Grimes, where you're like Chevy Chase is supposed to be like this everyman. But he's this everyman that like lives in one of like the wealthy northern suburbs of Chicago. He's expecting what, $7,500? How much?
Yeah.
Like,
how much was it
for a bonus in 1989, which is I think like $20,000 today. Like,
what is his base salary?
That's a great question.
Why isn't that discussed? Maybe it's in all the novels and
it's probably in the novelization,
like in the RPG source books and stuff like that.
It's just like he can't be an everyman if he's like Like if I got a bonus that was $500 in 2025 dollars, I would be
Yeah.
like, wow, this kicks ass. Like,
Let's party. Yeah, that'd be amazing. Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean,
drinks are on me. Like, so this is when we go across the street to Montgomery Ward, right?
yes. We're now on the shopping trip. We have a fun bit of business here where Chevy is shopping.
She's a beautiful woman.
He's at the lingerie counter where he sees Mary, played by Nicolette Scorsese, no relation.
Oh, okay. So this is
Yeah.
that McMurray guy. They
Yeah.
should hang out.
Yeah, apparently Christy Brinkley was asked to reprise her role from the original Vacation, but turned it down. So this is a new character here, and she's
a character.
Yeah, she has breasts, which Clark has apparently never seen before.
This
is his first time. Seeing a pair of clothed breasts, and he loses his mind.
That is her character. All right, here we go.
It is a bit nipply out. I mean nippy out. What did I say? Nipple? There is a nip in the air, though.
Can I take something out for you?
Just.
I will say that I do love to hear a Lou Costello.
Yeah. There's the
wheezy. Yeah.
No, I mean, he's doing all kinds of Chevy chasing here. He's dabbing his forehead with a pair of panties from the counter.
Yeah.
He implies his wife is dead at one point
And
before
then says
backtracking
that-
to their divorce.
Yeah.
And then he has this like crazy run at one point toward the end where first you get a little like understandable. I mean, you've probably been in this situation, Ben, when you're confronted with a beautiful woman and you just start accidentally dropping the word nipple into your conversation and stuff like that.
He's acting as if he has never seen behaving like someone who's never seen a woman before. So we go back home.
We go back home and the parents arrive.
Now, which parents get there first? It's both.
Yeah, they both arrive at it's like this. They're at the door together. They storm in. We get like this fun, chaotic scene with a bunch of close-ups where everyone's saying their hellos and kissing, and we get like the cute dynamic that's going to play out through the rest of the film where Clark's parents absolutely adore him. Like his mom especially just thinks he's the greatest thing ever.
But his dad seems like is very warm to him.
Yeah, absolutely. The parents immediately began oversharing about their various moles and hemorrhoids.
I thought this was a good gag because that's what happens when you have old parents.
That's right. And I will say, behind the scenes trivia from this scene, there's a fair bit. Hemorrhoids. They did. That's the thing. All the actors, actually, they were stage hemorrhoids. Hair and makeup did them. But there's a lot of camera shake in this scene as we're sort of like, close up, hugging and kissing and everything. Apparently, as this was being filmed, a small earthquake took place, and that camera shake is actually a result of the tremors, and they liked it and left it in.
Huh.
There you have it.
I'm gonna call out here one of Nora Griswold, Clark's mom, is played by the great Diane Ladd, Laura Dern's mom, and like the villain in one of my favorite movies, Wild at Heart. And so I just wanted to call her out because I love Diane Ladd. She's such a fun actor in everything, and in this she just plays a nice woman. She's also she's only 6 years older than Chevy Chase.
That's Hollywood, baby.
She's not that like they've just kind of.
How old is Clark Griswold? Now we know how we could pinpoint how old Chevy Chase is in this film. How old is Clark Griswold?
I think he's probably pegged. So he's got two kids who are both like what?
She's probably 15. Like Audrey's probably 15, right?
15 about.
Yeah, that's probably a good guess.
And he is like kind of middle management.
Uh-huh.
So I would say he's supposed to be probably late, like probably around my age, which is to say like late 30s or probably like up to 45.
Okay, that checks out.
What do you think?
That sounds about right to me too. Yeah, no, that makes sense. So now the grandparents are here, and we move on to, in a lot of ways, I think maybe the element of this film that has the most lasting legacy. Oddly enough, we get our first scene of Clark Griswold versus the Christmas lights. Clark is going to decorate his house, and he has acquired, what is it, 250,000 imported Italian twinkle lights that are going to go up.
They're not doing the twinkle.
That's right. He's got Russ there to help him untangle. And I will say, I think Johnny Galecki and Chevy Chase actually have pretty good chemistry in this film. I think that they play off of each other pretty well. This is a long pre Big Bang Theory John Galecki. This is a pre-David on Roseanne Johnny Galecki.
He's a kid. He's a little kid.
He's a baby. He's practically a baby. But Chevy climbs up his ladder, starts putting up lights, and now we get a big chance to do some physical comedy. And this is actually my favorite moment in the film, what comes next.
Of course.
Clark is hanging on the ladder backwards now.
Right.
He's on the wrong side of the ladder that's still leaned against his house.
Yeah.
And he has this bit where he can't decide to right himself if he should put his hand through the rungs of the ladder or around it.
Mm-hmm.
So Chevy Chase guy has like a back and forth a few times. This little tiny physical comedy moment that is incredibly Chevy Chase, but also feels very real. It's like just a small observation. I think that he really makes a pretty good gag out of it. It's a blink and you miss it moment, but just for me, this feels like it rings true.
Yeah.
Eventually night falls. Clark's been decorating for a while. He suffers one more mishap. He slides off the roof, grabbing the gutter as he goes down. And Ben, what do we have here?
The gutter spins out, and like a missile of ice from the gutter shoots out through the window of the hated yuppie Chester's.
Oh man, it's a classic locked room murder mystery. It's who killed the CD player, who killed the expensive stereo equipment, and there's no murder weapon.
It's so funny because it really kind of emphasizes what a rich person gadget this is, because you see the innards of the CD player and like of this, fancy hi-fi like stereo system, and it's all like green circuits and like chips and things, and you're just like, of course they own computer things that play music. I hate them. And so they later come in. Am I jumping too far ahead?
No, you're perfect.
To figure out what broke their beautiful stereo, and but of course all the ice is melted.
Well, obviously something had to break the window, something had to hit the stereo.
And why is the carpet all wet, Todd?
I don't know, Margot.
Oh, that's so good. That line delivery is just marvelous. I don't know, Margot.
One of my favorite podcasts, the podcast Greatest Generation, Star Trek podcast, uses "I don't know, Margot" all the time.
And I'm just going to wager that someone in this film has been in Star Trek.
Well,
that's usually safe to assume.
One of the less offensive video game roles that Nicholas Guest was in was he was the voice of Lieutenant Felix Savalai in Star Trek Bridge Commander.
There you have it.
But also, I'm sure the rest of them were probably in the, you know,
And pretty much everybody was, I bet.
Sure,
I think probably
like,
Chevy Chase was in several episodes of
yeah,
Star Trek.
I think
don't
actually
know that.
Chevy Chase was probably in like, yeah, he was
Was
probably
he
in
a Dax
Enterprise.
briefly?
He was a Dax.
Yeah, it was weird because he insisted on being Chevy Dax. Like he wouldn't like take a character name.
And and he refused to have the dots.
Yeah, which made it really awkward. They gather outside to light the house. We get Clark asking for a big drum roll from everyone. The grandparents can't do it, which is fun. We get some odd trilling sounds from them. Chevy busts out a little bit more singing, "Joy to the World." And when he prepares to light the lights, nothing happens. Ellen's parents are incredibly mean to him. Don't know what that's all about.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think the lights in a lot of ways are the film's most lasting legacy.
Yeah,
I feel like the idea of decorating a house with this many Christmas lights seemed ludicrous in 1989.
Oh yeah.
And now if you drive through any like suburban neighborhood,
Oh yeah,
this is like the norm at some level for a lot of houses.
So I am going to say, because I've been looking, Miriam Flynn, whose cousin Catherine,
yes,
was in an episode of Deep Space Nine.
There you go.
She was a midwife in the 7th season episode Covenant at Zero Recollection. That so far I'm not finding a ton.
That's remarkable.
Here we go. This is a big one. Frank's wife, the Frank Shirley, the boss.
Oh yeah,
we see her. That's Admiral Nechayev.
Oh.
All right. Anyway. So
yeah,
all the lights.
So we'll come back to the lights. For now, we get a fun little wistful scene that comes up next. We get the attic scene. And I will say, as someone who has one of these attics that you have like the hatch you pull down with the little chain and everything, I have never once in my life pulled that down without thinking of this ladder popping out and just absolutely clocking Clark in the face. This is going to be our first concussion of the film.
That's all right. Yeah, start the tally. Here's a question for you. What irrational fears have like movies and television? Like, and it feels like this is too big a question to answer in like one, because like, you know, I think the one that everybody brings up whenever this question comes up is a fear of quicksand.
Yeah.
Because it's like in like cartoons and like kids media, like just lousy with quicksand. And so, yeah, that's just kind of funny that is, because I can absolutely see it. Like you see a thing like that as a kid and it imprints on you.
Yes.
Watch out for those fucking attic doors.
Yeah, they'll get you. That ladder's coming out and it's coming out fast. It's coming out hard. He gets trapped in the attic. He goes up to hide some presents, and the attic door gets closed behind him. We have some more physical comedy. He steps on a loose board. He smacks himself in the face. If he wasn't concussed before, he definitely is now.
It could also step on a rusty nail in there at some point. Like that's in the cards.
Yeah. I mean, not long after this film ends, he dies of tetanus. It's really tragic. Now the hospitals
Vegas
are open,
Vacation is actually
he's a ghost
hell.
in that. It's it's a lot like Sixth Sense.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually, a lot of people know this, Vegas Vacation, directed by M. Night Shyamalan. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
Well, we get a melancholy, wistful moment here. Ben, what does he find?
He
in
finds
the attic?
Old reel-to-reels of like family videos, and of like the big thing of this movie. One of the big things that Clark is after in the film, other than like this perfect, like, you know, this massive bonus that will get him the in-ground pool, is he wants this ideal Christmas. Like,
yes, he wants the perfect family Christmas. He feels
the weight of being this American patriarch that must be the provider that does this, and you know, and that's kind of the thing that drives him insane is that he must have this vision and absolutely no one will cooperate with him on it. And he's an asshole. So that's why. But he finds these film reels of a family Christmas and he watches them and he cries. Here's a question for you, Jess. Did you ever watch, did your family have old family film reels?
We did not. Like, I don't know that there is such a thing as a family film of me until
I meant
owned an iPhone.
Like this is
like previous generation. Yeah, this is previous generations.
Well, I think that's him as a kid.
It is, yeah.
Yeah,
and
because it's I think it's like because that's from him as a kid. Because when my dad had family film reels from this like, because I think that's like supposed to be like the 50s or so, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's 59. It's Christmas 59.
Oh,
because
it's the name of the story.
The story, yeah, that's what's on the reel.
So my dad had film reels, and we would watch them every New Year's. He would pull out this old like film projector and thread up these old film reels, and I would see my dad as like a little kid with his sisters in the 50s, and in downtown Bridgeport, Connecticut, and in at Hampton Beach, New Hampshire, which is where they would go vacation. And it was always like, when I was a little kid, it was like the special little treat getting to see
I bet so. Yeah, for me, like when I saw these scenes as like a 12-year-old, it was like, my honest reaction was, how rich do you have to be to have a means of recording video of yourself at any point in your, like, my family didn't have any old film reels or anything. Like, I didn't know anyone who even had
looking
this
back,
sort of stuff.
My grandparents were not wealthy by any means. Like, he collected, like, he was an itinerant worker, and like he collected tolls. Like, when that could be a full-time, when that could be a job. It was like, oh, I'm a toll collector. And like he was like a security guard at a record press, and some other stuff. And so I don't know if he owned it or bought, like, I'll have to ask my dad, but
I just assume this was like a rich person thing. I don't know that it was necessarily. I think that just, it was so far from anything that my family would ever consider owning. I just assumed it must be. But yeah, this, like, does this scene work for you? Do you think this is tonally, does it help the movie? Is it existing separately from the movie almost?
Well,
because so much of this movie's vignettes. Everything is
it's all vignettes, which makes it perfect for playing on TV. Like, you kind of walk in, or like while you're wrapping presents, or looking at your phone or whatever. Like, you can kind of check out, check in. I mean, this is probably like the boring part of the movie for kids, right? Like, this is the part, like, because it's not funny. There's no gags. He watches this cute little video and he tears up until he falls through. Like, they open up.
Beautiful Ray Charles song, "Spirit of Christmas,"
and I think this scene like kind of fails because it is kind of boring, but I think it like, John Hughes is a massive sentimentalist. Like, you watch a lot of his movies, and like, even like the most ridiculous, like, he likes to have a little heart in them. So that's what.
Oh yeah.
But also, I think this scene, the function it's supposed to provide is that this is letting you know this is what he wants.
Yes, that's right. I think,
like, he's looking at this, and he's seeing like, why, like, I think I saw, like, people were posting about this the other day. Like, there was, like, some TikTok memes or something where like people are like, now I'm an adult, why isn't Christmas magical anymore? It must be something wrong with now.
I saw this too.
And,
that's
like everybody's bagging on it because it's like, no, it's like, you're the grown up now. Like,
Yeah.
Your job is to make Christmas special. Like, it's
I
not
saw
that
this
it's
same
just-
post.
Yeah.
Do you think that was like that? Is there someone really unself-aware enough to have like
Oh,
sincerely?
absolutely. There's people that
Yeah.
believe that shit. Like, they're just like, you ever know? It's like, why don't we, like, I remember when I was a kid and I got a Nintendo 64 and I was really happy about it. Now, like I have a sandwich and I don't feel that way. What happened? And
Why doesn't Fun Dip taste good anymore?
yeah, it's like, it's because you were 6 and now you're not, dipshit. Like, and
I saw that. I really wondered. Like, I looked at the
No,
original
absolutely
message, like
people
that feels
believe
like trolling. But no, I think there are people who probably was like, I just don't understand. They made Christmas woke. It's just not the same anymore.
And so I mean, I think, like, that's the purpose of the scene.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a fault of the because who is good at this sort of thing is Christopher Columbus. And so maybe he would have been able to make the scene work a little bit better because it is missing something.
It is. And I
It
wonder if a little
feels
bit of
just
it's
so-
undercut by the slapstick immediately before and after.
Feels so tonally out of place, like, because it
Yes.
just feels like it's like, well, this movie had, like, it's a Christmas movie, of course it has to have a scene where somebody tears up because they think about Christmas. Like,
Yeah.
it just feels like it's checking off a box. And I think there's a version of this movie where it works better, as opposed to being like the part where, like, you go to the bathroom.
Yeah. Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah. No. And eventually it's interrupted. Ellen comes home. She opens the attic door. Clark's been sitting on that unwisely. And
Well, it's pretty
just
fucking
comes.
stupid, Clark.
Yeah. Hey, come on. How do you think this is going to end? He comes crashing back down. Probably yet another, like, maybe broken pelvis. Probably another concussion. He's probably had like 3 concussions within an hour here. More lights.
Yeah.
We're back out. It gets flipped on. It's blinding. There's the gag where the city has to shift over to auxiliary nuclear power to accommodate this very brightly lit house.
Yeah, the Chesters are blinded by it.
Yes, they're stumbling around their apartment or their home, rather. It goes off again because someone flips off the switch. Clark flips out. He beats the shit out of a plastic Santa lawn ornament and his sleigh. There's a funny bit where he knocks all the antlers off the reindeer in anger.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
Do you think the Clark's rage would work better if it kind of like gradually built up? Because he pretty much like starts at like 8 and ends at 10.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, like right from that beginning scene with the rednecks, he's already like at a heightened place. And here, yeah, I mean, he's already like, he's like in a physical altercation with a lawn ornament. Chevy Chase actually broke his pinky finger filming this.
Wow, just
while
like
he's
Orson
beating up-
Welles
Yeah.
during the scene
Yeah.
where he destroys the room in in Citizen
Yeah.
Kane, where he smashes his hand open, but
Yeah,
they kept
and
the take because
That's right.
it
And
was-
apparently breaking his pinky finger also improv.
wow, he's the master.
That's
And-
right. That's why they've always said he's one of the most talented improv performers to ever come through SNL. But so he flips out. I mean, broken pinky
Yeah,
finger. that's
Chevy
nothing.
Chase was never in a Christopher Guest movie either.
Odd. Maybe they blacklisted the cast of Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, maybe. Well,
Yeah.
other than Brian Doyle Murray.
Ah, you're right. Yeah. But I mean, I'm sure a few back pills will take care of that broken finger. It's okay, Chevy.
Yeah.
He'll be fine.
The
As always, Chevy
fingers are the
Chasers is
back
brought
of
to
the
you.
hand.
That's right. As always, Chevy Chasers is brought to you by back pills. There's nothing they won't fix. So finally they light him up. We have, his.
Hold on. I'm
What?
still looking at Wikipedia. Brian Doyle Murray is in Jade Empire? Did you know this?
No.
Brian Doyle Murray is in the game by BioWare Jade Empire as Key the promoter, or Quee.
Oh, okay, yeah,
QUI.
that makes sense. I know that. Yeah, that makes sense.
Why?
Okay, it checks
It's
out.
Brian Doyle Murray. Is that a big role? Like, because I know you've played that game, right?
I don't think it is. I think it's just like someone who's like a fight promoter, if I recall. Like,
They got Brian Doyle Murray.
I mean, you know, he's powerful. He's got some sauce. And then we have the arrival of the last of like, well, not the last ingredient. We still have one more bit to add to this.
We've got some
lovely
old freaks.
This soup
after that.
that were coming. But before all that, cousin Eddie, his wife Catherine, and their family arrive in the RV. We have Randy Quaid reprising his role as cousin Eddie from the original National Lampoon's Vacation. And if you don't know cousin Eddie, how would you describe cousin Eddie?
He's like, yeah, he's a redneck like bumpkin. He's got a big personality. He's got they give him a little bit of a twang.
Yeah,
he's like kind of they throw every kind of signifier of like you know, the last person a like upper middle class suburbanite would ever want to spend any time with.
That's right.
Like,
and Randy Quaid's great in this role. I mean,
and Randy Quaid is great in many ways, including his political views and how he.
I was going to say, I assume that today, whatever he's up to and whatever he believes, I'm completely on board with. Just knowing how much I love him in this role. So
yeah, I love him so much in this role. That
come on the pod.
He must be a good guy.
Randy Quaid. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to hear your thoughts on Hollywood. I'd love to hear your thoughts on politics.
Yeah.
Just anything you want to talk about.
I have a clip here of him introducing his kids.
Yeah, if you don't remember, this here is Rocky.
Have you got a kiss for me?
You better take a rain check on that, Art. He's got a lip fungus they ain't identified yet.
You remember Ruby Sue?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Her eyes aren't crossed anymore.
That's something, ain't it? Huh? She falls in a well, eyes go cross. She gets kicked by a mule, they go back to normal. I don't know.
I don't know. That's a very good delivery. I don't know.
That's a good bit.
That's a good line paired with a good delivery.
They also have their dog Snots, who apparently has a real set on him.
Everything with that dog. Would you say the late 80s and early 90s like family films had a thing for like gross dogs?
Yeah,
like kind of like, you know, meaning its apotheosis in Beethoven.
Yes, there you go. Absolutely.
And yes, am I patting myself on the back for saying meeting its apotheosis in Beethoven? Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah. No, I mean, no, well played. This is why you co-host a film podcast.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, yeah, so now Eddie's there, and this is just going to, you know, if Clark is desperate for the perfect family Christmas, we've now thrown the ultimate monkey wrench into this as Eddie's tenement on wheels is parked out in Clark's driveway. And Clark, again, just immediately starts being a real jerk to Eddie. Like, it's like, he's asking if you're surprised, and what Clark's line is, if I woke up tomorrow with my head sewn to the carpet, I wouldn't be more surprised than I am now. And the next scene, at one point, he fantasizes sort of absentmindedly about maybe driving Eddie out to the middle of nowhere and leaving him for dead. And I mean, he's saying all this in front of Eddie, who, you know, it's just like, I guess Clark is so much more clever as
Eddie is like a golden retriever. You know,
he is. He absolutely is.
He's you know, and he loves Clark.
He absolutely does. He adores Clark, and and Clark just absolutely hates him.
Yeah,
hates everything about him. Just
because he's poor.
That's exactly. I mean, yeah,
he committed the sin of being poor. Why couldn't he be like? Why couldn't he be getting like $7,500?
Well, he's holding out for a job in management. Is why. But yeah, I mean,
he committed the grave sin of being poor.
Yeah, no, I mean, so Eddie's there now, and again, we have the funny bit, like another callback to the original National Lampoon's Vacation. They're
More
drinking
lore I just
eggnog
missed.
out of the Marty Moose mugs. They're the like moose antler mugs. That's the mascot of Wally World.
Did your dad, when you were watching it in the movie theater in 1989, like kind of nudge you? Like, oh, like,
yeah, that's why about 5 years ago I bought him a set of those mugs.
I bet you did. Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
We did. Yeah. Of course I did.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can drink out of those anytime I visit my parents. It's quite lovely. So yeah, Eddie's here now. He says that he's not leaving until next month, which again, I mean, puts a real damper on Clark's whole vibe.
During this scene where he's drinking the eggnog, this is when he also talks about his other kids that aren't there with him.
Yes.
Is that correct? So I have another little clip here.
And the older boy, bless his soul, is preparing for his career.
College?
Carnival.
You gotta be proud.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, last season he was a pixie dust spreader on a tilt-a-whirl. And he thinks that maybe next year he'll be guessing people's weight or barking for the yak woman.
What's pixie dust on a tilt-a-whirl? I know what a tilt-a-whirl is.
The pixie dust is going to be the dust that like janitors put down at school when someone would vomit.
Oh, that's I see. That makes much more sense. I was like, what the hell? What the fuck is pixie dust?
Yeah.
All right.
No, I mean that's my read on it. As someone who's seen this like 30 sometimes.
That makes sense. That makes sense. That totally makes sense.
Barking for the yak woman is very good.
Yeah. You know.
And we're doing some fun physical comedy here. I don't know what that little like pinwheely thing that Eddie keeps like breaking and knocking apart while they're having this scene is.
Just some of the like the shit that you have out during Christmas.
Yeah, just like
it's
Christmas
just
bric-a-brac.
one of those fucking things.
Yeah. After this scene, we pop back over to Clark's work. One of my favorite visual gags, I don't know if you noticed this, Ben, but he goes to drop off a gift for Mr. Shirley. And there's a table of other gifts from employees at this scene. And all the gifts are shaped exactly alike, wrapped in different paper. They're all a weird L shape, like that one Tetris block. So everyone has gotten him the same thing.
I did notice they all got him the same thing. Yeah.
Which is kind of a fun bit. But again, we get the
I've
more
never
just
gotten
the,
my boss a gift.
No, they're supposed to get me a gift in the form of a paycheck. But I mean, we get more Shirley's, a mean boss who can't remember Clark's name. He calls him Greaseball at one point.
Here's another thing about is that they kind of code him as kind of like a Chicago guy. Like he's not like the raspy voice and he calls him a greaseball and he's kind of like, but then also he's like this rich, like I think they needed to kind of pick a lane for him. Like, especially given like the blow up, like why isn't he like kind of a snoot versus like this kind of like working class, like kind of Chicago guy?
Maybe
which,
that's
by
just
the
what
way,
you get.
You know, living here, you do meet guys like that who are like wealthy and stuff. Like, you know, it's like I live here. You'll meet like you'll meet guys that look and sound like Brian Doyle Murray who are, you know, millionaires. Like, sure.
But do you think maybe that's just like once you cast Brian Doyle Murray, that's what the part becomes? Because I don't know if there's anything scripted necessarily. I mean, Greaseball, I guess, really is like Chicago coded.
I would love to see Brian. Well, he would call him a jagoff here. But
really?
Yeah. But you know, I would love to see Brian Doyle Murray try to put on a character.
It isn't Brian Doyle Murray.
You know,
I can't play Snooty would be hilarious.
Like you know, maybe have him try a British accent. I can't even come close to that.
Cheerio. I don't know. Yeah, no. Was I even? Yeah, I don't know.
Because Brian Doyle Murray is just that voice, right? Like it's like
that's
just that
it.
voice and that incredible, like he has that like that kind of pissed off Murray look.
Yes.
Which obviously Bill has, but you'll see, like, you know, if you see something with Joel Murray, because there's a million Murrays. they all have they all have
a
like,
very Murray
similar,
Christmas.
very good. They all have very similar expressions, but like, but Brian Doyle, like it always seems like you're just getting that voice. You're getting that rasp and that look.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it's
That's
great.
what he's all about.
And and I'm sure people loved that rasp in Jade Empire.
It was perfect for it. Perfect for it.
Why?
Look, when you start to think about like supernatural, mythologically tinged martial arts fantasy, you think Brian Doyle Murray. Ben, the sledding scene. The saucer sledding. We have a non-caloric silicone-based kitchen lubricant. Clark has applied it to a saucer sled. Eddie can't go because he's got a plate in his head, right?
That's a good guy.
Every time Catherine would rev up the microwave, he'd piss himself and forget who he was for an hour. So, but
that's another thing. There's a lot of plate in the head humor in the early 80s and 90s.
We don't get that anymore.
There was a lot of plate.
Is that a post-Vietnam thing?
Maybe, because in Pete and Pete, the mom had a plate in her head, and that was like often like a plot device.
Yeah. You don't hear it much anymore.
Yeah, you just don't hear about plates and heads that much anymore. And
I bet people
also
have them
Christmas
just as much.
Just isn't as magical anymore.
Yeah. I mean, when I was a kid, we used to laugh and laugh about severe head trauma. I mean, Dana Carvey even had an SNL character based on it. And now, where are we?
It was such a joke. It was such a joke back then.
But now nobody has fun with it anymore.
Yeah.
I'm going to reclaim it as comedy.
Back. Oh, God. All right. Anyway.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, Clark's greased up his sled. He's going to set a land speed record. He shoots off with a streak of fire like he's a DeLorean hitting 88 miles per hour or something. And we get this low ramp blue screen scene of Chevy Chase spinning his way down a mountain. What's that?
That wasn't real?
No, I don't think that was. Well, I think there were some long shots of possibly a stuntman, but Chevy Chase did not.
Some fun
go down
music here.
Yeah,
we get fun. The music for this movie, I would be remiss if I didn't point out that the music in this film is done by Angelo Badalamenti, David Lynch's frequent collaborator.
Yeah, so this is a Lynchian film in a lot of ways.
In one way.
Well, a lot of ways if you think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, what I remember most about this scene, Ben, this will surprise you, considering it was 1989 and I grew up in rural America. This was the first time I ever saw a Walmart. He crashes into a Walmart parking lot at the end of this sled ride. And that's the first time I ever saw a Walmart in my life.
I didn't see Walmarts until probably the late 90s, like in person.
Yeah, but you'd think like I would have been in Walmart country.
I would have thought that.
Yes. Yeah, by 89. I first time I'd seen one. I was like, what's this place? Do they sell walls there?
Is this when we then go right to the Walmart scene?
No, we have an important scene before we get there, Ben.
Oh,
we have the pool fantasy. We have the pool fantasy. Clark is wistfully looking out the mirror, imagining the pool he's going to have someday. We have Maliki Likimaka by Bing Crosby and the Andrews Sisters. Nice Hawaiian themed Christmas song. The whole family is there. They're enjoying this pool. Clark is imagining what it'll be like. Eventually, Eddie shows up in his fantasy. He's wearing a Speedo, which bums Clark out a little bit. But this fantasy gets a real upgrade. Ben, what replaces Eddie and his Speedo?
Why it's that beautiful woman from Montgomery Ward.
He's been thinking about her for the last several days.
Montgomery Ward from Marshall Field.
Yeah. Mary is back from the lingerie counter. Clark lusts after her at the window. She nearly reveals her naked breasts to him in this fantasy when he's interrupted by Ruby Sue, the daughter of Eddie and Catherine.
This is this is when she reveals that she doesn't think that Santa's going to come and give her.
That's right.
Give her presents, which then takes us right. We
talked
to
have
Ellen
one more
bit.
important scene. We're back. We have the next morning. It's chaos. Clark has his Blackhawks jersey on in this scene, and I remember as a kid like thinking, wearing a hockey jersey looks really cool. I'd like to be a hockey jersey guy.
Mm-hmm.
But now I fear that Kevin Smith has ruined being a hockey jersey guy. I just don't think you can do it.
I think he can do it again. I think you can do it. I think you can.
I own a hockey jersey that I've never worn out in public. Mighty Ducks, Gordon Bombay hockey jersey.
Okay.
I have an Emilio Estevez Mighty Ducks jersey, but I'm ready to wear it out. I just need the right occasion. I don't get invited to enough Christmas themed Mighty Ducks parties. But this is also the scene where we get to see Eddie emptying his chemical toilet into the storm sewer.
Yep.
We have the iconic line, Merry Christmas, shitter was full, as Todd and Margot observe him in his robe, just emptying sewage straight into the storm drain. This will eventually turn out to be a
major plot point.
A major plot point. But
Liz, it's
Chekhov's shitter.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. Shitter was full.
Yep.
Ben, now we're back at Walmart.
And this is when, and I think Clark and Ellen talk a little bit about how like somewhere in there about how
they have a little conversation where she says she also maybe heard from Rocky or Catherine that maybe they didn't have money for the Christmas presents either.
But anyway, so they go to Walmart, and already cousin Eddie is loading up the cart with dog, like enormous bags of dog food, and then like he kind of comes up that he can't get gifts for his kids, and he demurs, and Clark insists, I'll get you gifts.
Now come on, if you don't tell me what they want, I'll go out and get it on my own.
Oh boy. This is a here's a little list, alphabetical, starting with Catherine. And if it wouldn't be too much, I'd like to get something for you, Clark. Something really nice.
Yeah. And so
Eddie's also wearing an amazing leisure suit in this
he's
scene. One
great.
of two he will wear in the film. His costuming's great. Like in that earlier scene back when they were drinking eggnog, he's wearing a white sweater, and his dickie is his like turtleneck dickie is visible through the white sweater.
Yes.
The crotches of all of his pants are remarkably tight and revealing. I don't know if you keyed in on that at all, but it's kind of a funny costuming choice throughout a lot of the film. Eddie's costumes are just wonderful.
So he Clark has been scammed into buying gifts for his poor cousin.
Yeah, there you go. But Clark offered. Clark wanted to do the right thing here. And Clark is still trying, as much as he hates Eddie and would like to leave him for dead, if that were possible. He's still trying to do the right thing. He wants this to be the perfect Christmas, even for these kids who he doesn't seem to hate.
So now we are I believe this is when we're it's Christmas Eve now. Is that right?
Yes. And we have Aunt Bethany and Uncle Lewis arrive.
Aunt Bethany, the voice of Betty Boop.
Yes, Mae Questel.
This is her final movie.
Yeah, and William Hickey. Both of them are very good in this. Bethany has dementia. We're going to play that for comedy.
Mm-hmm. I wish she had a metal plate in her head. This is, I will say, the gag of her so they all have dinner together, and they ask her to say grace.
They want you to say grace. The blessing.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands. One nation indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It kind of makes you think, perhaps, in this film that is about Christmas, but is completely bereft of any faith, and his objective is to get money. What are they really worshiping in America? Jess?
That's a great question. That's a really great question. This bit with him asking her to say grace and then following it up with the blessing bit is absolutely, if there's a line that my wife Courtney and I quote constantly, like anytime one of us has said something to the other like 2 or 3 times, the other hasn't heard it or understood what we're asking, we will inevitably just turn to the other and go, the blessing, while pointing at our face like Uncle Lewis does. that's like our code for it's like, why are you old and not paying attention? Ben, do you think that the lighting that Clark does on the house are the 1,000 points of light that George Bush talked about?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
This film contains a lot, as I was indicating. It's a film that stands up to many deep reads.
Yeah, absolutely. Catherine has generously agreed to prepare the turkey for Christmas Eve dinner. And I'm sorry to report, Ben, she has overcooked it. It cracks open when Clark begins to carve it, and it looks like something from an Aliens movie.
Yeah.
So like it just like
this
opens up into like desiccated bird. I mean, it's empty, and I think the organs are still in there.
Yeah, the organs are still they did not remove the bag with all of the organs and shit in it. And and this is, I've been thinking about this. So then you see them all eat, because everybody is going to eat and be polite.
They're like dipping the turkey in water like they're Joey Chestnut or something.
and you hear crunch, 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 crunch. And I was thinking, when I watched this, I was like, I would eat crunchy turkey. Like, the crunchiness actually took it from seeming unappetizing to appetizing to me, because I was just like,
interesting.
I was like, yeah, crunchy, like, because those are pretty satisfying sounding crunches. It doesn't even seem like it's jerky.
No, I mean,
it sounds like they're having Rice Krispies.
Yeah.
And so that actually sounds, like fried chicken,
like turkey chicharrones.
Yeah. Ooh. I had
that's low fat and delicious.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful. So yeah, that's what I was thinking when I was watching. I was like,
you're watching this thing, you're like, I'd like to get me some of that.
Yeah, give me that desiccated, moisture-free turkey.
And then, I mean, this is sort of where during Christmas Eve dinner, shit hits the fan, right? This is when the wheels come off. We have a cat that bats into the Christmas tree lights, electrocuting itself, leaving a scorched cat carcass, also desiccated on the rug.
Right.
Lewis lights a cigar in front of the very sappy Christmas tree, which bursts into flames, as does Uncle Lewis.
Sappy, much like Clark watching the family films. Once again, layers and layers.
So at this moment, the messenger arrives with the bonus. And again, Ellen's dad's kind of a jerk. He asks if it's a letter confirming Clark's reservation at the Nut House.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the point where Clark probably needs to tell him to shut the F up. But he basically does in just a minute. So Clark announces his big pool surprise. He tells everybody he's going to fly them out if there's enough money left over so they can christen the new pool. But of course, it's not a bonus check.
It's what, Jam of the Month?
Jelly of the Month Club, the gift that keeps on giving.
You know, I
wouldn't
mind being in a Jelly of the Month club.
You know, I wouldn't like it if they were boring jellies.
I mean, I would rather have $7,500, but if somebody was like, I signed you up for the Jelly of the Month club, I'd be like, oh, cool.
Yeah, I mean, if you didn't tell me, I'd do this instead of giving you $7,500. If you
those
said
were the
like,
two choices,
yeah, if those are two choices, I mean, I can buy a lot of fucking jelly with $7,500, but
a lot of interesting jelly too.
A lot of jellies that may be banned here in the United States,
like exotic jellies.
Yeah,
jellies,
sex jellies.
Yeah, sex jellies. Jellies, made by the most dangerous game. Like the jelly that you have to
Are you talking about human jelly?
Yeah, the jelly that you have to drape a napkin over your face because you're supposed to hide as you eat this
jellies
jelly.
that are only available as suppositories. Jellies you have to shoot up.
Yeah,
I want all the. I'd be getting like dangerous jellies with $7,500, but.
Yeah, give me the dangerous jelly.
But I'd get some jelly made with like blowfish toxin, just like prepared by the finest sushi jam maker in all of Kyoto, and just be like, this is fine. He prepared it properly, so I can eat this blowfish jelly.
So Clark can't tolerate that he got this gift. So
he's disappointed.
Yeah, he's just a little sad about it. He's just a little upset. And so he has a couple words.
I want him brought from his happy holiday slumber over there on Melody Lane with all the other rich people. And I want him brought right here with a big ribbon on his head. And I want to look him straight in the eye, and I want to tell him what a cheap, lying, no-good, rotten, four-flushing, low-life, snake-licking, dirt-eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood-sucking, dog-kissing, brainless, dickless, hopeless, heartless, fat-ass, bug-eyed, stiff-legged, spotty-lipped, worm-headed sack of monkey shit he is. Hallelujah! Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
Where's the Tylenol?
That's probably the line my mom quotes the most. Hallelujah, holy shit, where's the Tylenol? Is the one that I hear most out of her. Which is,
I appreciate that I'm getting a tour of all of your family's favorite lines.
Yes.
I know what your favorite piece is.
That's right.
The little bit of business with the ladder.
Yeah.
Courtney's.
The blessing.
Do we know? Have we not hit your dad's favorite part yet?
My dad's favorite part is when Chevy Chase sings "Joy to the World" as he's plugging in the lights.
Pretty early.
Yeah, so I don't know why, but he really just loves him. The "Joy to the World" sort of, again, like silly singing that Chevy Chase insists on doing. But this rant is wonderful. I mean, this is Chevy Chase's big moment, I think, in the film. It's safe to say, right? I mean, this is what it's all been building to. Clark has lost it. He goes out in the yard to cut down a new tree, smashes Margot and Todd's window as it comes down. He's carrying around a chainsaw kind of as an accessory at this point. Well, I think this is time for one of our classic Jess goof 'em ups, where I've spotted a little bit of I would say, continuity error here. When Clark starts up the chainsaw before sawing the newel post off of the banister, if you'll look in that wide shot, the chain isn't moving on the chainsaw.
No.
They didn't trust Chevy Chase with the working chainsaw. They had that over for the close-up shot to a stuntman.
I can't
probably
believe this.
trained in chainsaw usage. A real chainsaw man.
I can't believe that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. More shit breaks loose. Now there's a squirrel in the tree, gets loose, causes more chaos. How did it survive the fire?
What fire? What fire?
When Lewis set the tree. Oh, no, it's the new tree.
It's the new tree.
We're good. Never mind.
It's the new
Never
tree.
mind.
Come on, you've seen
Ben,
this
it's
movie
getting
every
late.
year since
It's getting
1989.
late. It's getting late. It's getting late. People don't know we cut like a 45-minute digression on Cousin Eddie's leisure suits.
Mm-hmm. No, that's staying in. And this is going to be maybe our longest podcast. And so there's a squirrel in the house that causes an enormous amount of chaos, a lot of running around.
Yeah, the dog's chasing it, destroying like
everything.
Furniture. Yeah, everything. Luckily, right as they're chasing the squirrel out the front door, Margot arrives from next door.
Margot, another yuppie. She gets hers.
Yeah. She confronts Clark at the wrong moment. Just as he opens the door, Snots is chasing the squirrel out of the house. She's basically mauled by Snots, the dog. I mean, this is an easy lawsuit, right? And yuppies love suing people.
There's a variety of lawsuits that the Chesters, they absolutely have the Griswolds dead to rights on, and they can't even plead poverty because they're just about to get a whole lot of money in about 30 minutes.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's again, I know we're supposed to think Margot got hers here, but I mean, this is really unfortunate. She's pretty beat up as a result of this dog attack she suffers. It's not funny when you think about it. It's like she was just attacked by a dog. In real life, you'd be like, oh my God, you were attacked by a dog.
Yeah.
If someone told you that, it's like, but here, it's just like, that's hilarious. That yuppie just got, attacked by a dog.
So following the conclusion of this is when the family decides to throw in the towel.
Yeah, everybody's getting ready to leave.
Yeah.
Everybody's saying, Clark, it's over.
Yeah.
We gotta get out of here.
Nice try. It's over. It's over, dude.
Yeah, it's over. And of course, Clark points out, not according to Santa's watch it isn't, which is a pretty good line.
Yeah. But there's one more surprise for Clark under the tree. What?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. And what is that, Jeff?
Eddie has kidnapped Mr. Shirley, which is almost like a callback to the original Vacation there, where they took John Candy hostage at Wally World and made him take them on all the rides at gunpoint. So I mean, they say this is their first kidnapping, but probably only legally. I mean, they have taken a hostage before, which isn't all that different. But Mr. Shirley learns what has happened with the Christmas bonuses. He has his Ebenezer Scrooge moment. He realizes it was wrong. People count on these bonuses. I switched them out for Jelly of the Month. I've done the wrong thing. And right about then is when the SWAT team arrives.
I will say, this is a pretty half-hearted ending of Mr. Shirley just going you know what?
Yeah,
have a lot of money, have all your money,
before.
And you know what? 20% on top of that too.
Yeah,
and you're just kind of all right, come on, man, that's stupid. He's done nothing to deserve this. And then, but the movie does redeem itself by having a SWAT team break dramatically, swing through the windows on
rappel
ropes.
down.
Yeah. The drama, it is pretty funny.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they eventually, the SWAT team shows up. The whole family is gathered together. You get the cute bit with them yelling freeze as police do.
Mm-hmm.
And Ellen is holding Clark's Christmas package throughout that scene, if you will.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun. But we get a heartwarming ending. The cops find out that he was a jerk boss, and they're like, "Oh, that negates the crime you committed." He's not pressing charges, and therefore all this criminality is out the window. And again, everything for Margot and Todd is probably going to be a civil suit. I would think.
So then everybody is happy and they all hang out and and enjoy each other. Then they go outside to look at, was there an aurora? They see, is that Santa? No, that's the gas.
Yes. Yes. And Lewis lights another cigar near the sewer gas. We have another explosion. It launches the Santa's sleigh ornament into a low orbit.
Yep. And at that moment, we hear this.
And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Play ball!
And for all of our Patriots watching, I do want to note that Ben and I did remove our caps for that. And also, you aren't watching, you're listening.
So, but once again, there's no religion in this, and in the spaces where there would be religion, they say the Pledge of Allegiance and the national anthem. What does that make you think? And I'm asking the listeners too. What
have they taken out of Christmas?
What are they trying to say? Use your mind.
Yeah. Read between the lines.
Apotheosis.
Yes.
Beethoven was the apotheosis.
Exactly like Ben said. Exactly like Ben said. But this is how the film ends. We get this I don't know, we have it as the film ends, we have Clark standing outside admiring his home after this Christmas has gone completely awry. And the camera slowly pulls back from him. Is Clark happy with his Christmas at this point? Has he simply chosen to accept this chaos is his lot in life? Did he get the Christmas he wanted, or did he just get a Christmas bonus?
I mean, everyone's happy at the end, and everyone,
that's right.
All the cops stay and celebrate too. It becomes it's one of those. So he does have, he kind of gets what he wants.
Yeah.
So it all works out.
Yeah, he's got the Chicago police force there.
No, that's probably the Wilmette police force. I don't know what their badges might say, but that's Wilmette.
You don't think they would have to borrow Chicago's SWAT team?
Oh, that's probably true.
This isn't just traffic cops.
Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah, I doubt.
These guys are SEAL Team 6.
Evanston probably has a which is the small city directly to the north of Chicago. They probably have a SWAT team, right? I don't know.
I mean, nowadays,
yeah,
almost certainly yes. Nowadays, thanks to the Iraq and Afghan wars, everybody has a SWAT team, and they all have tanks and stuff like that.
And we've never been safer.
That's a good point.
So
it's a good point. Yeah.
So think about
that. That's a great point. That's a great point.
Now I'm going to say the Pledge of Allegiance. All right. So that's
the end of the movie.
Yeah.
You know what I think's interesting about this one? Critics didn't give this film great reviews. Robert Ebert gave it 2 stars.
Roger.
I think it had mixed reviews at best, and probably rightfully so. I mean, it's a fun little movie, but it's a I don't think it's a great film in a lot of ways. But I think what's fascinating to me is certainly it being a holiday movie, it's completely surpassed the original National Lampoon's Vacation in terms of cultural longevity.
This
right?
is the most. This is absolutely the one that gets the most play for sure.
And I would argue probably Vacation is a better film in a lot of ways.
Well, when we get to it in Chevy Chasers, I'll let you know what my thoughts are.
I don't know that Chevy Chase ever quite pulls off being a regular guy exactly in anything he does. I mean, even in a role like Clark Griswold, which is supposed to be as kind of every man as any role he ever plays, he still has to be smarter than at least some of the people around him and has to let them know that in these roles, which again, I think is just like you're writing a role for Chevy Chase. And I'm guessing most of the roles Chevy Chase played in his career were either written for him or rewritten with him in mind once he was cast. I think that you're just going to get some of that because that's his shtick.
Yeah.
He's always going to be the country club guy, whether he's playing, his role in Caddyshack or not.
Yeah. So, I mean, like I had a good time with this, but this is a movie, made to wrap presents during.
Yes.
That, like, this is a movie. Like, I recently rewatched So I Married an Axe Murderer. I think I was talking to you about this.
Yes.
And
love this movie.
It was interesting to me because I hadn't I don't have a recollection of actually ever watching it in order and entirely. Like, it used to, like, in 1996, 1997, it was in heavy rotation on Comedy Central. And so I would just watch like 10-minute segments of it here and there. And eventually I saw all of it, but it would just be like, I would see the last 10 minutes and then I would see the first 10 minutes and I would see like, and so it was interesting to watch it all at once. And this movie is even more like, that movie isn't even that episodic. Like it has just a straightforward narrative.
Yeah.
Like this, you could just watch, like this could be broken up into like three or four like little sitcoms.
Yeah. I mean, I almost feel like within the act structure of this, you could shuffle most of the scenes and it wouldn't, I mean, like you have to have Eddie arrive when Eddie arrives. You have to have like, the meltdown on Christmas Eve at some order. But beyond that, you could kind of drop that scene with him flirting with Mary at the lingerie counter, the sledding bit, all of that could kind of just slot in anywhere in that film. And yeah, I mean, it just sort of, it is very much, as you said, I think the perfect way to describe it, a film to wrap presents to. It doesn't require a lot of your attention. There's some good, sensible chuckles spread throughout.
Yeah. Sensible chuckle
MVP
magazine.
of the film. Who's the MVP? Is it Chevy?
I mean, Quaid is pretty funny in this.
Quaid's pretty good.
But yeah, sure, it's Chevy. Yeah, it's Chevy.
It might be Chevy in this one. I think that Chevy may have it.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in for a special extra long Christmas episode of Chevy Chasers. If you enjoyed this, be sure to give us a 5-star rating wherever it is. Send us an email at questquestpodcast@gmail.com.
And again, we're getting that fixed.
We're getting that fixed. And join us next week when we watch the premiere of the Chevy Chase Show. See you then. The Chevy Chase Show is, this is kind of the music that feels like you
very
kind of
NPR-y. Yeah, it's
like you say credits over
made
it.
possible by a generous grant from the Carnegie Foundation.
It's also made possible by a large donation by Chevy Chase
and listeners like you.